Global investors are gathered in Riyadh, capital of Saudi Arabia, for the 8th edition of the Future Investment Initiative, which is taking place from today, October the 29th to Thursday, the 31st. Thousands of financiers, startup founders, and fund managers will descend on the King Abdulaziz International Conference Center to seek billions in investment deals that focus on technology and economic diversification. Arise business correspondent Rotus Oddiri is in Riyadh, and he joins us now. Rotus, good morning. Hello, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Bimba.
I recognize you.
And good morning, Ayo. Why are you laughing? I'm blending in.
In the spirit. Surprise.
Love it.
Well, they say when you are in Rome, you be like the Romans. Now it's a question of when you are in Riyadh, just look like the people of Riyadh. Good to see you. Now, what is the theme for this year's Future Investment Initiative? Should I say Alhaji Rotus or Sheikh Rotus?
And it's pretty loud. Yeah, I'm really straining to hear you guys. There's so much activity going on. But if I heard Dr. Abati correctly, the theme basically is infinite horizons, investing today to shape tomorrow. And you guys know how much I love technology. That is the base for what they're discussing here at the Future Investment Summit. It is about, I mean, remember in 2017, Saudi Arabia put forward their Vision 2030 plans, which was a 15-year economic plan from Prince Abdul Saman to transform the non-oil economy in Saudi Arabia to give them about up to $1 trillion. 70% of their income comes from oil proceeds. So they've been trying to diversify. They want to make sure that that is the main focus here at the summit.
All right, Sheikh Rotus, the opening ceremony has begun. What have we heard so far from the opening speeches?
It's so loud. That was either Vimbai or Ayo. But what have we heard so far at the summit? We've heard from Richard Attias, who is the CEO of the FII Institute. He welcomed everyone. He talked about the future and what's to come. We also heard from Mr. Yasser Al-Rumaiya, who is the chair of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. Also sits on the board of the chair of the board of Saudi Aramco. He talked about how artificial intelligence could be worth alone $20 trillion by, I think he said 2050. So again, from those two main speakers, the CEO and the head of the Public Investment Fund, it was all about where technology can take things. Look, I could go on. There's the car we rented. Is this? I can't mention the brand, right? The tech in that vehicle. This is a Chinese brand. Look, it's all about tech. It's all about tech. Lucid is here. They are a electric vehicle brand as well. It is just all about the future. That's the main focus. But those speakers basically set the tone. There's a big forum going on right now. Larry Fink of BlackRock is there. Google CEO is there. A number of them are having discussion. That's basically it. They're setting the stage for what's to come for the next 3 days.
I can see your enthusiasm about tech. So can you tell us a little bit more about the AI avatars that are said to be part of the conference?
Yeah. The AI, the avatars, right? So there's going to be 2 avatars. One of them is Sophie, and I think the other one's sitting in on the sessions throughout the rest of the next 3 days, and they'll be giving live updates on stats. So there's going to be a discussion on climate change, for example. How much in terms of GDP growth could you contribute to different economies that transition successfully to net zero goals? If you electrify your economy, you know how 600 million Africans, almost half of the African continent, are in darkness. How much would their respective economies grow if they're properly electrified? If you switch from fossil fuels over to renewable energy, things like that. Statistics are going to be provided by these 2 avatars, which will be sitting in on the sessions throughout the time that we're here.
Okay, one other issue. We understand Saudi Arabia will be more stringent about releasing funds to investors this year. Now, what, in your opinion, is the reason for this?
Yeah. So the issue with Saudi Arabia, and look, a lot of investors are here, as Dr. Abati mentioned in the opening, fund managers, asset managers, and so on and so forth, startup founders looking to get some funds here. Saudi within its domestic economy. So it's not just doling out cash for investors to get a return, for them to take the money out and go overseas. They've tweaked their investment laws. Yes, they want to invite investment, but they want more of the money focused domestically. So it's basically, what can you do for us and our Vision 30 fund in terms of trying to boost our non-oil economy? So what kind of technology transfer can you bring over to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Also, I think you've already reported this. You know, Israel did strike some certain targets over in Iran. They didn't hit oil facilities, but as a result of that not happening, oil prices actually fell. Because there was this, traders were expecting that Iran's oil facilities would be hit and that would actually impact supply, but it did not. So oil fell by about 6-7% the other day. First, biggest drop in like 2 years. And that has impacted Saudi Arabia's income. So they actually now need to be, as far as the money, as far as the less income that is coming in, they've got to be more stringent about how much money they give out for investment. So those are the two key triggers that is causing them to be a little bit more circumspect when it comes to doling out funds for investors and so on that are here.
All right, let's retrospect. How did the growth in assets for the Saudi Investment Fund perform in 2023?
Right, the fund, yeah. It's a $925 billion fund. Assets grew by about almost 30% last year, 2023, by about 2.8 trillion riyals. I think that was about what? About, in billions, about 70 billion or so, 75. And what they are targeting is much of that growth, just to link to the prior discussion on why they are so stringent, much of that 30% growth in assets for the fund was domestically driven. So it was the result of that, it bolsters the point that Saudi Arabia believes that they can increase the value of their assets by focusing domestically on their economy. And again, that is the reason why they're like, okay, listen, if you want to come and get some money from us, you have to focus on that, most of that money here in Saudi Arabia.
Right, and of course, Rotus, we know how you roll. You're going to be speaking to a lot of people, bringing us a lot of coverage, lots of reports. Who are you looking forward to catching up with?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people here. I mean, Makta Diop, Managing Director of the IFC is here. I spoke to his aide. I tried to grab him as he was going into the plenary. Tony Lumelu is here. He's up and down. We're hoping to talk to him as well. But the one person I am super duper excited about is a young lady under 30, Eloa Guillotine. She's from France. And wait, Rufai just walked in. Rufai, come on camera. Come here. Rufai is here. Rufai just walked on here. Say hi. I'm talking to Rufai, Dr. Abati, and I.
Hello, Rufai. We miss you.
But I mean, it's a very packed session.
Packed session, right? It's huge. So good. And Bosin is also here as well, right? He's coming in.
I mean, we just got invited.
The crew is here. The crew is here.
Excellent.
It was a very packed session. I mean, just listen to Jeffrey Sachs.
Eh?
There's also an element of politics to it.
They can't really hear it because my mic is here, but I'm going to talk to you in 2 seconds. 2 seconds, all right? All right.
Yeah,
All right. So that's what bring on Rufai because everybody's here. So we're super excited. But yeah, real quick, because I know you're out of time. Eloa Guillotine, she's the founder and CEO of a company called Beyond Aero. They are building electric flying vehicles. It sounds out there, but we're going to be talking to her either today or tomorrow. They want to use hydrogen fuel cells and also, what is it now? Hydrogen fuel cells and electric batteries to fly their vehicles. Can you guys hear? Can we get Rufai?
Yeah.
Can you hear you?
Yes. Good.
We can hear
So that's who we're going to be talking. We're too excited here this morning. But Rufai, are you happy to be here?
I mean, I'm really happy to be here. Got in here around 5:30, barely slept, but it's really exciting. And hear the speeches. I mean, look at Jeffrey Sachs.
Yeah.
Just out there at the main hall speaking about the war, how it has reshaped businesses.
Yeah.
And how, we can end the war on time. He's also talking about the Thucydides trap, as it were, between America and China.
Yeah.
How America doesn't want China to thrive. And you're seeing all of this happening in the melting pot in the UAE, which, if you dial back many years ago, was not where they are today,
Yeah.
but they put a lot of economic gusto into what they are doing, and you can see how much they've been able to achieve.
And this ties into why Saudi Arabia wants to diversify away
Definitely,
from oil
because they have to pivot.
and grow its economy.
Because when you look at it, at some point, we have to bid oil goodbye. So the question is, how are you going to stabilize your economy?
Yeah.
How are you going to pivot? How are you going to bring more people in? They're
Yeah.
quite more receptive just this time around. And oil is just a base for foundation for building the economy. But the question is, what did we do with our oil money?
That's the question. Rafa and I might have some debates while we're
Yeah,
here. But
what do you
back
do
to
with
you
that?
guys in the studio. There's a lot going on. We'll be crossing into all the shows all through the day. So all our viewers out there, so stay tuned to Arise News as we give you all the coverage from the Future Investment Summit right here in Riyadh.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikh Rotus, and thank you, Rufa Hussein.